Good morning to one and all. Last class we discussed about building blocks of an entity relationship diagram. In that we already discussed about entity, attribute, relationships. Today we are going to discuss about classification of entity sets and attribute classification. Today we are going to discuss about classification of entity sets and attribute classification. Classification of entity sets. Entity is an object. Actually, an entity is an object that are represented in the database. An entity is represented or defined. Entity is represented or defined by set of attributes. Attributes are the properties used to describe an entity. In that, entity sets can be broadly classified into three types: strong entity, weak entity, associative entity. Some of the other types also. Recursive entity is there, supertype and subtype entities are also there. Today we are discussed about classification of entity sets. In that, strong entity, weak entity and associative entity. Strong entity. In the screen, entity sets can be represented. Strong entity can be represented in rectangle. Strong entity can be represented in rectangle. Weak entity, double dashed rectangle. Double rectangle. Weak entity can be represented in double rectangle. Associative entity, diamond shaped symbol in the rectangle. Associative entity, diamond shaped symbol in the rectangle. These all are the representation of strong entity, weak entity and associative entity. Now, strong entity. Strong entity is one whose existence does not depend on other entity. Strong entity is one whose existence does not depend on other entity. Strong entities are the entities which has a key attribute in its attribute list. Strong entities are the entities which has a key attribute in its attribute list, or a set that has a primary key. The strong entity type is also called regular entity type. It is also called as regular entity type. So consider the example, student is the entity. Student takes course. Here student are one entity, course is another entity. Here student is a strong entity. In this example, course is considered as weak entity. Because if there are no students to take a particular course, then that course cannot be offered. Why? Because student can be considered as strong entity. Why? Because if there are no students to take a particular course, then that course cannot be offered. The course entity depends on the student entity. So, student entity is the strong entity and Course is the weak entity. Course is the weak entity. Then weak entity. Weak entity is one. Weak entity is one whose existence depends on other entity. Depends on other entity. In many cases, weak entity does not have primary key. Weak entity does not have primary key. Entity type with no key or primary key are called weak entity. In general, weak entity does not have primary key. The tuples of weak entity type may not be possible to differentiate using one attribute of weak entity. For every weak entity, there should be unique Warner entity type. For every weak entity, there should be unique Warner entity type. Let us consider an example. Customer borrows loan. Customer borrows loan. Here, customer and loan are two entities. Borrows is the relationship name. Borrows is the name of the relationship. Here, loan is a weak entity. Customer is the strong entity. Why? Because for every loan, there should be at least one customer. For every loan, there should be at least one customer. Here, the entity loan depends on the entity customer. Hence, loan is weak entity. Weak entity type should always combines with weak relationship set for database scheme or relation. Weak entity type should always combines with weak relationship for a relation. Relationship between Warner entity type and weak entity type is also partial. Participation between weak entity type and relationship is always total. Cardinality can be many to many or one to many in weak entities. Next one is associative entity. A relational database. Associative entity is also known as composite entity. A relational database requires the implementation of a base relationship, that is a base table, to resolve many to many relationships. We use associative entities. This kind of base relationship is called an associative table. If a many to many relationship exists, then we must eliminate it by using composite entities. In case many to many relationship exists, then we must eliminate it by using composite entities. Composite entities are the entities which exist as a relationship as well as an entity, which exists as a relationship as well as an entity. The many to many relationship will be converted to one to many relationship or many to one relationship. So many to many relationship must be converted into either one to one, one to many, or many to one relationship. Composite entities are also called bridge entities because they act like a bridge between the two entities which have many to many relationship. Bridge or composite entity composed of the primary keys of each of the entities to be connected. A composite entity is represented by a diamond shape within a rectangle in an ER diagram. A composite entity is represented by a diamond shape within a rectangle in an ER diagram. We represent composite entity in diamond shaped symbol within a rectangle. Two more entity types are there. Recursive entity. It is also called self-referential relationship entity. It is an entity type with foreign key referencing to same table or itself. Recursive entity with it usually have a foreign key referencing to same table or itself. Recursive entity type occurs in a unary relationship. For example, a supervisor and subordinate relationship sets. One supervisor can supervise multiple subordinates, but each subordinate reporting to at most one supervisor. That is recursive entity. Next one is supertype entities and subtype entities. Just brief description. A subtype is a subclouding of the entities in an entity type that is meaningful to the organization. Subtype and supertype. A supertype is a generic entity type that has a relationship with one or more subtypes. One or more subtypes. This is about supertype and subtype. Next one, attribute classification. Attribute is used to describe the properties of the entity. Attributes is used to describe the properties of an entity. This attribute can be broadly classified based on the value and the structure. Value-based classification are of four types: single value attribute, multi-value attribute, derived attribute, null attribute. Value-based classification. Value-based attributes are classified into single value attribute, multi-valued attribute, derived attribute, and null attribute. Structure-based classification are of two types. Structure-based classification are of two types: simple attribute and composite attribute. Simple attribute and composite attribute. Value-based classification. First one is single value attribute. Single value attribute means there is only one value associated with that attribute. That means single value attributes contain single value. For example, social security number. That is Aadhaar number. Another example of single value attributes are age of a person, roll number of a student, registration number of a car. These all are single value attributes. We can represent single value attributes an ellipse. An ellipse. Next one is multi-value attribute. Multi-value attribute. In the case of multi-value attribute, more than one value will be associated with that attribute. More than one value will be associated with that attribute. The representation of multi-value attribute in the diagram, in the ER diagram, is shown in the figure on the screen. That means double attribute, double ellipse, double ellipse. This is multi-value attributes. Multi-value attributes may contain more than one values, more than one values. Examples of: a person can have more than one phone number, more than one phone number, and more than one email addresses. These are multi-value attributes. See the screen. Employee is the entity. Employee is an entity. Employee name, employee age, skills or attributes. Employee name, employee age, skills or attributes. Here employee name and employee age, these two are single value attributes. Skills attribute, skill is the multi-value attributes. An employee can have many skills. Employee can have many skills. See the representation. Single value can be represented in ellipse. Multi-value attribute, that is skills, can be represented in double ellipse. Next one is derived attribute. Derived attribute. The value of the derived attribute can be derived from the values of other related attributes or entities. Show in the diagram, the derived attribute is represented by dotted ellipse. Dotted ellipse, that is age. The representation of derived attribute in the AR diagram is dotted ellipse. Dotted ellipse, derived attribute. Derived attributes are the attributes that do not exist in the physical database. That do not exist in the physical database, but their values are derived from other attributes present in the database. Present in the database. Their values are derived from other attributes present in the database. For example, age. For example, age. Age is derived from attribute date of birth. Age is derived from date of birth attribute. We can represent in the table date of birth as an attribute. Age is derived from date of birth. Age is derived from date of birth of a person. Null value attribute. Null value attribute. In some cases, a particular entity may not have any applicable value for an attribute. In some cases, a particular entity may not have any applicable value for an attribute. For such situation, a special value called null value is created. Null value is created. Example. In application forms, there is one column called phone number. There is one column called phone number. If a person do not have phone, then a null value is entered in that column. That is null value attribute. The next type is structure based classification. Structure based classification of attributes. First one is composite attribute. Composite attribute is one which can be further subdivided into simple attributes. Simple attributes. Composite attribute. Composite attributes are made of more than one simple attribute. More than one simple attribute. For example, consider the attribute address. Address, which can be further subdivided into street number, city, state, pin code. That means address is composite attribute. Address is the composite attribute. In that address we have street number, city, state and pin code. These all are subdivided into that attribute address. So this is composite attribute. Simple attribute. Simple attribute. The attributes which cannot be divided into smaller subparts are called simple or atomic attributes. The attributes which cannot be divided into smaller subparts are called simple or atomic attributes. Age of employee entity, it cannot be divided. So simple attribute. Simple attributes are atomic values which cannot be divided further. For example, a student's phone number is an atomic value of 10 digits. 10 digits. These all are about attributes. Attribute classification. Classification of entities. We discussed in this class classification of entity sets, different types of attributes. In this topic, we learn about these two topics. So for this assignment questions are explain classification of entity sets, explain different types of attributes. These two questions are for assignment. Thank you.